Hello everyone. So here I am with the answers of chapter 6 lesson 2 homework. That's the workbook pages. So there are 19 questions, so I'm trying my best to keep it short. Most of the answers I will not discuss as we have already done. And if you have any doubts still in not understanding, you can go and watch the videos which are uploaded related to these questions. So here we have 27, 1 over 3. Again, the numerator is 1. So all we need to do is write that inside the root. So 27 becomes the radicand, and then the root, and then the index is the 3, which is the denominator. So which number which number multiplied by 3 times will give you 27. You know that you have to follow the prime factorization method, or if you know it mentally, you don't need to even do this. 3 multiplied 3 is 9, 9 multiplied 3 is 27. If you can do that mentally, you don't need to do all these things. So the cube root of 27 is 3. Is how you find the cube root or any root. If you're good in multiplication and in mental math, you just keep dividing, and then you will find, so you will keep multiplying, and then you will find the answer. So 121 to the half, the exponent is half. So how do I rewrite the question? We have root of 121. So root, why didn't I put the 2 here, the denominator or the index? Because this root is itself means 2. So we don't write again another 2. If the root itself is alone, means you have to think that there is a 2 here. So which number multiplied by 2 times gives us 121? The only number multiplied 2 times that will give you 121 is 11. So the square root of 121 is 11. Okay. The next question, now this question is not needed to be solved, as you know. The cube root of 0, that's 0. Any number which has a 0 is a 0. Okay, now number 4, as you know, you have to solve this separately. So you have to find the square root of 64 and the cube root of 27. So let's rewrite the question again properly. So this is going to be the square root plus cube root of 27. So square root of 64 is easy. 8 8s will give you 64, and the cube root of 27 is 3, because 3 multiplied 3 will give you 27. So 8 plus 3 will give you 11. You just take only one each number. You don't take all the 3s. The root of 64 is 8 and the cube root of 27 is 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Okay, the next one. Now here we have to find the fourth root of 16 plus cube root of 8. Now what's the fourth root of 16? Which number multiplied 4 times will give you 16? 2. And the cube root of 8, that which number multiplied 3 times gives us 8? 2. So 2 plus 2 is also 4. So this is as easy as it could be. Okay, so number 6, now there's a minus subtraction question, but the steps remain the same. So you find the square root of 100 minus the sixth root of 64. Okay, so the square root of 100 means which number multiplied 2 times. You know that the square root means it's 2 times. So that is 10. 10 multiplied 10 is 100. And the sixth root of 64 is 2, because 2 multiplied 6 times will give you 64. Better you just keep in mind some of these cube roots and square roots and the fifth root. It'll be easier for you. You will not waste time in doing the prime factorization. So 10 minus 2 will give you 8. Then next question, again, the fifth root of 1, you have to rewrite the question, right? So fifth root of 1 and square root of 49. As you know, any number multiplied by like how many times, which number will give you 1? 1. The root of how many doesn't matter. The index, the root of n1 is going to be 1. And the square root of 49, that's going to be 7. Square means 2. So 7 multiplied 2 times will give you 49. So that is 1 plus 7 equals 8. Question number 8. Now this one, the numerator has a number. Here all the numerator didn't have a number, so we did not have any problem in writing the root. We just wrote the root. But if the numerator has a number, this is how you have to rewrite the question. The square root, that is the denominator, that is a square root becomes inside the parenthesis, and the number at the numerator, we write it as a whole exponent. So, but we know that we have to solve the one inside the parenthesis first. So the square root of 25 is 5, and then the cube, so 5 to the power of 3 is going to be 5 multiplied by 25 multiplied by 5, which is going to give you 125. Okay, so by now you must be able to do this mentally without even using any calculator or anything. So now this one, 32 to the 3/5 power. So the first thing we are going to write is write the root. So that's going to be the 5th root of 32 and to the whole power of 3. This numerator 3, we write it as an exponent. So which is the 5th root of 32? It's none other than 2. 2 multiplied 5 times gives you 32. And to the power of 3, that means 2 multiplied 2 multiplied 2, which will give you an 8. Easy. If you just talk to yourself when you do the question, you will get the answers without any mistakes. I don't mean talk loudly, but talk within yourself, you'll get the answer. 16, 3/4. So we are going to rewrite the question as 4th power of 16, right? The denominator is the index and the numerator becomes the exponent. So which is the 4th root of 16? It's 2. Always, most of these questions, they have given you 2. Other than 2 or 3 or 4, they have not given any other number. So 2 to the power of 3 is going to be 8 again. That's the same. As now we have repeatedly been doing 2 to the power of 3, third root of 2. You have to be very well aware by third root of 8, cube root of 8. So you have to be very well in your mind. It would have been recorded by now. Okay, next is question number 11, 1 to the 5/6 power. Now again, remember, if the base is 1, no matter whatever you do, your answer is going to be 1. Okay, so the 6th root of 1, that's which number multiplies 6 times will give you 1? Of course, 1. Then 1 to the power of 5 will give you 1. So there is no use of calculating all these, but still I have done so that nobody will have a question how to do it and how did you get 1. If I blindly say 1, again there will be a question in mind, how 1. So that's why I had to follow these steps. But if you see the base as 1, you can write the answer directly as 1. Okay, number 12, 121, 3/2. So that's going to be the square root of 121 and to the power of 3. So the square root of 121, just now we found hardly 3 minutes back. The square root of 121 is 11. 11 multiply 11 will give us 121. So 11 multiplied by 11 multiplied by 11 is going to give you 1331. Okay, so this is how you have to solve these questions. If you remember the square roots of numbers, cube root of numbers, it's super easy. You won't even take like 5 seconds to solve these. Okay, now we are coming to simplifying the radical expressions, but all you can see is that there are no numbers. So how do you simplify this? You have to rewrite, right? You have to rewrite. That's the perfect way of doing it. Remember in the previous video, I showed you both ways. I showed you the perfect way of doing it, plus I have shown you the normal shortcut of doing it too. So if you're doing it the perfect way, this is going to be your question. Finally, anyhow, I told you divide just 5 by 5, that's going to give you a 1. So your answer is y itself. Or even if you multiply 5 by 1/5, that's going to give you 5 ones are 5 divided by 5 will give you 1. Basically, it's the same answer. But these are the perfect steps, and that's the shortcut which you can do with your mind. Question number 13. Now, as you can see that it's a square root, as there is no index, that's a 2 here. So 4 divided by 2 will give you 2. 12 divided by 2 will give you 6. So by mentally, you can say the answer is going to be x squared y to the power of 6. But there is a way of doing it, right? So we are going to to remove the root, we have to write the fraction. For detailed explanation, please watch the previous video. So this is going to be 4 ones are 4 divided by 2, and then 12 ones are 12 divided by 2. Basically, the answer is going to be same, x squared y 6. We just by using the shortcut, we didn't mentally without doing all these things, right? Okay, next question is cube root of a to the power of 6, b to the power of 3. Using the shortcut, 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. So a square and b divided by 3 divided by 3 is going to be 1. So a square and b. Okay. So a square multiplied by b1, right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. So you know that you don't write 1 as the exponent. So a square and b. Next question. Now, always make sure that you solve them separately. Okay, so this means multiply. So this is going to be half multiplied by 4. Let's do it mentally first. So that's going to be x squared. Then if you remove, this means it's divide, right? 6 divided by 2 will give you a cube. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and half multiplied by 4 is 2. Now, according to the rules which we learned in the previous video about multiplying exponents, if the base is same, you add the exponents. So the answer is going to be x to the power of 2 plus 3. We are just adding them. So your answer is x to the power of 5. Again, the next question, again, you need to do the same. You have to multiply this part and then divide this part. I told just think this as a division sign. There is no number here, means it's going to be a 2. So 1/3 multiplied by 3 will give you x 1, x to the power of 1, and y here there is nothing, means it's a 1. So 1 multiplied 3 will give you y cube. So x1 and y cube. Now to remove this, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Again there will be 1. I did not put 1. Usually we don't put 1. And then again 2 divided by 2 is going to be 1. Now we have 2 x's and 2 y's. But what is going to be the exponent for this? That's going to be an exponent of 1. Here also 1, here also 1. So let's arrange them together and then add the exponents. So here you have x, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, as it's all multiplication. And then we have for y, it's 3 plus 1. So it's going to be x squared and 1 to the power of 4. So it's an easy one, a little bit extra step, that's all. Okay, always remember if there is no exponent, means the exponent is going to be 1. Okay, next question. Now just solve it. Don't panic by looking at the question. If you would have solved, you know how to do those. So 1/4 multiplied by 8. How are I going to do? 8 ones are 8 divided by 4. So that's going to give you a square, x squared. 3 divided by 3 will give you a 1. Right? So this is what we are left with. Now these are the bases are the same. As you can see, both of them are x's, but this is divide. So what was the exponential rule for dividing? You have to subtract the exponents. So x to x squared minus 1. Don't write the 1, but I am writing so that you will not have any doubt in it. Okay, once you are done with this lesson, I will never be writing the exponent 1 again. So 2 minus 1 is going to give you 1. Again, here it's 1, but we don't write. So the answer is going to be x only. X to the power of 1 is x. Okay, next question is a problem solving. Now it is much more easier than the other questions. So given a cube with volume V, you can use the formula P equals 4V over 1 over 3 to find the perimeter of one of the cube's square faces. Find the perimeter of a face of a cube that has volume of 125 meter cube. So you have to find the volume, right? So this is the equation they gave us. P is equal to 4V 1 over 3. So just replace or substitute V with 125. So 4 multiplied by 125 over 1 over 3. Now never do the mistake of multiplying them together, as according to the order of operation, we have to always solve the exponent first. After the parenthesis, exponent. So let's solve 125 or 1 over 3rd power. So that's going to be cube root of 125. We are well aware how to solve these now, right? As there is no other number in the numerator, so there will be nothing out of the parenthesis. So which number multiplied by 3 times gives us 125? The one and only 5. There is no other number. So if you solve this, you got 5, and already we had a 4. So 4 multiplied by 5 is going to give you 20 meters. If you had practiced enough, if you have watched the previous videos, if you have followed all the rules which I have taught you and the shortcuts which I taught you, this are going to be super easy for you. Okay, so that was all your homework for today. Hopefully everyone would have got it right. If you have got it right, you can pat yourself and say well done. Okay, so we will meet again in another video. Until that, keep practicing and keep doing math.